Hi BES gardeners, it's Miss J. I'm in the Learning Garden tonight because I just watched the weather report and it said that Tropical Storm Isaias is going to be traveling through the state of New Hampshire Tuesday night and into Wednesday, and we're going to have some pretty strong winds here in Barrington. So I came over to double check our supports for our taller plants. That's something that you can do Tuesday before the storm comes. Get out into your gardens, and if you have tomato plants like we do here, you want to make sure that your supports around them are in the ground really securely. And there's also a few things that we can do to help them out. These tomato plants are taller than most of you right now, and we have these amazing tomato cages around them. These are really supportive in regular weather, but I'm not sure how they're going to do in tropical storm force winds. So 50-mile-an-hour winds might take these right down. So what we did is Mr. J went to the hardware store and got us some 48-inch pine stakes. See that? And we went around to every single tomato cage and put one in the corner of the cage right into the ground at the base of the plant. So what's going to happen, hopefully, is if it gets really windy, I'll push on this, that stake is helping secure the cage into the ground, just a little bit more support for it. So we went around and did all of the tomato plants, which is something that you can do at home before the heavy wind comes. The other thing that you can do that's super helpful in wind is to check all of your tomato plants for any fruit that might be almost ripe and ready to pick. The lighter the plant, the easier time it's going to have in heavy wind. So these aren't quite ready to pick. In a day or two they would be a little more ripe and I'd be comfortable picking those, but right now they're not. If you find tomatoes that are a little more red than this, go ahead and pick them and put them on your windowsill. They'll ripen right up. The other plants that we put supports in are the pepper plants. We're going to check those. Those look good. Onions and carrots are going to be fine because they're low. Our cleome in the flower beds, those are pretty tall. So we put a stake in the middle of those. And it's going to hold up. It's a very bushy plant. It's going to hold that plant up in the wind. After the storm passes, we'll come and take those out. They should be fine. Another plant that does not like wind is corn. Our corn is doing really well, and I wanted to show you. See how it's tasseling? Isn't that cool? You guys have done a really good job in the garden this summer. Everything's growing so nicely. Tomorrow we're going to take some stakes and put them right beside the end of the corn row, and then we'll put a string to the stake at the other end of the corn row and then just wrap it around, give it a little more support. And again, when the storm is over, we'll take those stakes down and the string down and they should be okay. So boys and girls, if you have some tomato plants and tall plants in your garden at home, make sure you go out Tuesday, and check the cages, check your supports, push them into the ground, pick any fruit that you can. Take that inside. If you have some stakes that you can add a little extra support to your plants, go ahead and put those in. Pick any cucumbers, anything that you can bring in before the storm, go ahead and do that. So that's all from the BES Learning Garden. Be safe, be kind, and go out and dig in the dirt. Miss you.